All right, so here's our video review for the algebra quiz on writing linear equations in slope-intercept form. Looking at number 1, we need to write the slope-intercept form of the equation for this line that is graphed here. So remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And so we need to find the slope, which is m, and the y-intercept, which is b. Let's find the y-intercept first. All we have to do is look at our graph and see where it intersects the y-axis. And we see that it intersects right here at 3. So we know that b equals 3. Next, we need to find the slope. So what we need to do is find another point along this line. So we have to follow this line and see where this line intersects the grid markings to make it easy to determine what our point is. And this one actually doesn't intersect perfectly until right down here. This point right down here, which is 5, negative 5. So now we need to find the slope of this line. So we have the point 0, 3 and 5, negative 5. So I look at my change in y. What do I have to do to get from 3 to negative 5? And that is subtract 8. And what do I have to do to get from 0 to 5? And that is add 5. So my change in y over my change in x, this is going to be negative 8 over 5. And that's my slope. So now we just plug in m, our slope, here, and b, our y-intercept here. So our equation is y equals negative 8/5 x plus 3. So in our next example, number 2, we need to, once again, we're writing the equation in slope-intercept form, and they give us the slope, negative 1/4, and the y-intercept is 2. So again, our equation is y equals mx plus b, and all we have to do is put the slope in front of x and the y-intercept behind x. So our equation is going to be y equals negative 1/4 x plus 2. All right, in number 3, they give us a slope 1/3, but they don't give us the y-intercept. They give us another point. So how are we going to do this? Well, let's start by writing our slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. We know what m is, our slope, is 1/3. So we can now write y equals 1/3 x plus b. And what we need is b, our y-intercept. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute the x and y value from this point into this equation and solve for b. So let's do this here. Remember, always a good idea when substituting to use parentheses. So our x value is negative 2. That goes here. And our y value is positive 2. That goes here. So now we get 2 equals 1/3 times negative 2. That's going to be negative 2/3 plus b. And then to solve for b, we just got to get rid of this negative 2/3. So we're going to add 2/3 to both sides. And so we get is b equals 2 and 2/3. So that is our y-intercept. So we have our slope is 1/3 and our y-intercept is 2 and 2/3. So now I could come back here to this equation, and instead of writing plus b, I can write plus 2 and 2/3. So my equation is y equals 1/3 x plus 2 and 2/3. All right, for number 4, they give us 2 points, so we need to find the slope and the y-intercept. Let's find the slope first. Looking at our change in y, to get from negative 1 to positive 2, we have to add 3. And our change in x, to get from 4 to 0, we have to subtract 4. So our change in y over our change in x, this is going to be positive 3 over negative 4. So our slope is negative 3/4. Now, our y-intercept is right here. Remember, the y-intercept is what is y when x is 0. So our y-intercept, b, is positive 2. So again, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we just put the slope in front of x and the y-intercept behind x. So our equation is going to be y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. Now, word of warning, on your quiz, this question may or may not give you the y-intercept already as one of the points. So if it doesn't, then you're going to need to do the same thing we did in number 3 to find b, which is to substitute x and y into the equation and solve for b to find the y-intercept. All right, for question number 5, we have an equation in standard form, and we need to write it in slope-intercept form. Again, is y equals mx plus b. So what we need to look at here is which of these terms is on the wrong side of the equation, and it's x. So remember, what we can do here is we could just take this x and move it over to the other side where it belongs. It belongs right here. And all we need to remember is that whenever we move a term from one side of an equation across the equal sign to the other side, all we have to do is change the sign. So this becomes 3y equals negative x. Now some of you might benefit from putting the 1 there, minus 15. And now all we have left to do is we need to get rid of this 3, so we need to divide everything by 3. So now 3y divided by 3 is y. Negative 1x divided by 3, this is going to become negative 1/3 x. And then negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. So here's our equation, y equals negative 1/3 x minus 5. All right, last question, number 6. This equation is in point-slope form, so we need to go ahead and complete a few more steps to put this into slope-intercept form. Step 1 is we're going to do the distributive property. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x, and then negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8, and we bring down the other side. And then the last thing we need to do in order to finish putting this into slope-intercept form is get rid of this 5. So we need to subtract 5 from both sides. So we end up with the equation y equals negative 2x plus 3. And that is our answer. All right, I hope that this video review helps you to prepare for your quiz. Good luck.